What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Joseph R. Wheeler III, the artist, the founder, and the president of the Honest Con Foundation. And today is the official beginning of a new brand of content we will be bringing you on the Honest Con channel. I would say entitled, but honestly, I don't quite have a name for it yet. You know what? I'm gonna let y'all just hear what I got to say, and maybe y'all can help me come up with a name for this content. I like to say it's most important to always pay homage to the predecessors, to those who inspired you to do something. Because if your content seems like he's doing what that person does, or what that person does, which I will never do because I understand individuality and I am a strong individual. So this is an homage. This is giving credit to the inspiration of starting this type of content officially. But let me say before I give that person their just due, that I have been doing and been saying and been sharing experiences that anyone would share just being in the single life. And even before that, being married and then divorced, okay? Married, divorced, no kids, living the life, living the dream, going after your goals, seeking your ambitions, won't stop, can't stop, stay focused, get the work. You understand? To the specifics of how this content will be delivered and the kind of angles I plan to be coming from as we move forward. And I strongly encourage y'all to please participate. I need you in the comments respectfully, because if you're disrespectful in any way that I see as disrespect, you will be blocked, you will be removed, and that's on many levels. Absolutely. Please understand that. But the only reason I'm even going down this avenue is, at the end of the day, I am single. I am in one of the hottest cities in the United States to be single in. And hot meaning, you know, there's a lot of nightlife and stuff like that. There's a lot of youth culture. There's a lot of money-making people, high aspirations, great businesses, self-starters, entrepreneurs, etc. in Atlanta, Georgia, where I am from, where I was born and raised. I'm a true ATLian, and where Honest Con set its flag in the red clay and declared it officially in 2009. Add up the years. That's how old this legacy is, all right? So, with that said, with that very well understood, and you can see it through all our content. You can look here, you can look everywhere we are, and you'll see it proudly displayed. We are an Atlanta concept. We started as an event, a Comic-Con. We've expanded into so many other avenues that were always intended, and here we are expanding what is commonly a lot of popular social media content. I looked at it and I said, you know, I'm here for the win, for my communities, for my cultures. What do I mean by that? I don't even just mean Atlanta. I mean anywhere on this earth where there is a fan base, where there are people who can relate to the content we present, whether it's directly from me, my associates, affiliates, and everyone who is a supporter of this brand. This is a lifestyle brand for life enrichment via especially the visual arts, the performing arts, all of the arts, especially what is considered the popular arts within the arts. By that I mean all the arts that people are most aware of and that people first think of when they think of the arts. You know, from film to music to drawing, painting, sculpting, photography, and in particularly the genres, y'all, of science fiction, fantasy, thriller, horror, anime, manga, have to be culturally acknowledging the power of that with our youth culture, because they don't even call them cartoons anymore. The cultural influence of what Japan gave the world, from manga, comic book, anime, animated presentations, has become the standard word. Like, people don't even say cartoon anymore. It blows my mind, but that's the power of cultural influence. That's the power of sharing and love. Intimate love, relationships is a huge part of it. Now, some of y'all get excited and are saying, oh wow, so how many ways is this going to branch off and get into, you know, advice for relationships and things of that nature? Hey, before I start, let me say, I'm not a professional in any of the things I'm speaking of. I'm only speaking from life experience, which is a very elevated level of teaching worthiness. But you can see if the words resonate with you. You can see if through research of everything I have to share and the guests that I'll be having, because I do plan to have special guests so that we can talk about some of these topics, really fit what you're trying to get out of life. Because at the end of the day, hey, you only want to find things that fit and move you forward versus backwards. We're all trying to progress, or should be. So that's the bottom line with that. Brackish attack, y'all. Spotted trout, you know what I'm saying? That's how we doing it. Honest Con Fishing Tournament. Freshest gear for all those who are hooked on the fishing life or just hooked on being fresh. You ain't gotta fish to rock it. You just gotta represent what it's about. It's art life, y'all. It's integrity, y'all. It's purpose, it's legacy, y'all. It's Onyx Con, y'all. I think that artists are naturally some of the most sensitive, most powerful, most influential. We are the definition of influencer. My personal definition of the arts is any and every creative expression that appeals to your senses, and that includes your sixth sense. your sight, your smell, taste, touch, where we at 4, hearing, and that third eye. Oh yes, speaking to that direct, that innermost part of thy brain that influences the body to do what it does and live the life we live. Coming through those senses, because if you don't have any of your senses active, you're what? You're in another dimension. You've transitioned. You are deceased. But if you are amongst us in this reality, in this dimension, you're using your senses. And the arts are creative expressions that appeal to those senses. You can test that definition on anything that anyone has ever created or considered a creative endeavor, and you will find ART. Not asking for the Webster's definition, not asking for anybody else's. I've read all those. You got to know what was before you. You got to sound code for it. You got to go back and fetch it so that you can move forward into your future. And in my future, Honest Con's future, we have our own definitions based on previous definitions and experiences that we can find and facilitate as fact. We live in it, y'all. So there it is. So forever and a day, you'll hear me say it again, but that's my definition of art. Very important to understand, because if you understand that definition of art, you understand that those who appeal to those senses are all artists. So for me, it's frustrating when I hear a musician say, you know, I do music and then the other arts or art, and say it as if they're just talking about drawing and painting. No, it's all art. When you go to any higher education school in the entire world, just about, there are 2 main schools: the schools of sciences and the schools of arts. That's how the whole campus is broken up. School of Arts, School of Sciences. Now what that's really doing is playing off of the right brain, left brain. The creative side of the brain, the more analytical side of the brain. It's all it's right there. It's not hidden. It's not some mysterious conspiracy theory. Whoa. No, it's none of that. It's point blank. It's just people have to see the connections to things and tie the damn dots, put the shit together and be like, yes, this is it. Oh, and by the way, there will be adult lingo. We won't get ratchet over the top. We won't get crazy. But yes, we speak our mind, and we do use profanity here and there. We do use colorful language to express ourselves on this particular part of content for Honest Con. As you will know, we're family based in the sense that for every part of life, from the adults of a family to the youth, we got something for everybody. So if we're doing, our whimsical comic books and things, that's proper time and place for everything. Over here, when we talking grown folks and how life is made, and man and woman get together and make child, because everybody got here that way, whether it was in a laboratory or not, whatever the case, we talk from that perspective over here. So just giving you enough of who the author is so you understand the book that you are now reading, because you got to know who you're dealing with to respect and understand the content. And also, let me say that any and every view expressed here is mine personally. Even though I'm the host of it, and even though I'm the founder of it, it does not necessarily reflect the opinions, views, positions in any way of all of our affiliates, associates, potential sponsors now, past, present, or future. Got that in there. Let's go. So, to also add to it, just to give you a little bit more if you don't know, I am an artist in so many ways, and my current main means of expression, besides my long history of visual art, which I still do, I don't really do drawing the way I used to draw. I still draw though. I don't really do painting the way I used to. I still paint though. But I do fashion, which applies a lot of that with my line of Honest Con fishing tournament jerseys and graphic design for any and every announcement for Honest Con is done as a nonprofit. We are 501c3 nonprofit. But I do the thespian life. I'm an actor, and I speak especially of film. I come from many directions in that, but primarily actor, writer, producer. So add that to the pot. Okay. And therefore, I'm speaking for those folks who live a similar life to that, whether you be an actor or not, whether you be a drawer, painter, comic book artist, poet, culinary chef. We, the artists, have to protect our energy in a different way, I think. Everyone needs to protect their energy, but we especially, being sensitive to the art life and the fact that we need our art to breathe when you're a real artist. We need our art to exist, to stay healthy, to stay literally, physically, mentally, everything sound. That's fitness. which is another part of Honest Kind Fitness. This is a part of Honest Kind Fitness, by the way. Because one's intimate health, sexual health, everything, your diet, your workout, all those things create your fitness. All those things create your fitness. And so we've seen a trend in a society that's got so many things that challenge the mental health and the ability for people to get together and for people to see each other for who they are and make conscious decisions, healthier decisions on what works for them. That this whole concept of a dating guru, of dating influencer, or whatever type of words you want to use, has become especially influential. And the one that I wanted to give most credit to, that has recently had me researching his content the most, is Kevin Samuels. Now, some of y'all would just cut it off. Some of you women just, another one that loves this man and thinks he's so great. The Godfather. Man, I can't stand that dude. And there's some dudes like, that old boy. Let me make this very clear. You can have that feeling. There was a time when I almost thought I was going to have that feeling because all I saw was bits and pieces. I hadn't watched full episodes and I hadn't made up my own mind. I was going off of, I didn't really make up an opinion. I just was getting that's what you think? Okay, that's what you think? Oh, really? That's what happened? Oh, okay, somebody posted a little clip. Let me see this clip. Oh, my wow, this dude is wilding. Why do you have to say it like that? Oh, damn, why you cut it off? Oh, snap, what did he say? Oh, this dude wilding. Oh, he wilding. Oh, but wait a minute. That's true. Oh, wait a minute. That's true, too. Now, I wouldn't put it like that, but that's true. That's true. Okay, come on, Kevin. Come on, Kevin. Come on, Mr. Samuels. You can't. Bruh, how you gonna make that? That's generalizing. You never generalize. Maybe you're being sensational. This is funny though. This dude wilding. So that was my reaction, right? That's how I went through it. But then I sat down and watched whole episodes, and not just some of the best comedians spoofing it and all kind of other stuff. A lot of good work, by the way, folk who spoofed him. Hilarious. All right. So let me make it very clear. This is not a competition. This is not a copycat. From day one, I'm saying, of all the other people before him, your Steve Harvey's, What Men Want. Okay, Think Like a Man. I'm just saying What Men Want. I'm thinking about the film with Taraji P. Henson, which I did some background work on, so I think that's why it popped in my head. But anyway, but yeah, even that film applies. You know what I mean? What Men Want applies to this genre. The Kevin Samuels content, Steve Harvey's Think Like a Man book series, the movies. Oh my gosh, I love the movies. So this is what I'm saying, y'all. I see a trend, and I'm not so much jumping on a bandwagon. I'm participating on a higher level with something I've always been a part of anyway, because I'm single. It tends to, cater especially to a black demographic. I'm black. That's a culture, by the way, to me, and it reflects a total vast multi-ethnic gene pool and cultural perspectives, which is why when people say the new phrase, for the culture, and speaking of hip-hop, which I am hip-hop too, I don't say it like there's one version of anything. There are many, and I can't claim everything that everybody does, but there can be parts and pieces of it, because I deal with function and dysfunction. Not good and bad, because that's subjective. People, ain't nothing wrong with that. Well, I see your teeth hanging out your head, and you're always coughing, and damn, you're always in and out of it with the law. Dude, can you ever get your life together? Yeah, but everything's good, man. It's all good. You say. I say it's dysfunctional. A woman that's the same, got a little, you call your girlfriends, be this, be that, and y'all always arguing. But them my girls, though. I love them. Sounds like a lot of love. Why y'all always high and drunk? What? And still ain't none of y'all got a man. Yeah, making jokes here. But they do refer to real things, I know. And I want y'all to react to these. Some of them going to be funny to some of y'all. Some of them going to be like, I don't get what you're talking about. I'll try and give a description of what I mean by the title. And these may not be the official titles. These are working titles. These are just brainstorm, just concepts. I'll have some fun with this. But be sure you are tuned into the rest of the content that Honest Kind comes with, because we got a lot more of that always coming all the time. All right, y'all. So I got my list here. I got my sketch pad in front of me. I got my list of General titles. Boy, I got so much stuff right here. I could do a year's worth of content. I could literally do like 5 episodes for each of these topics, but I'm probably going to control myself to just do short episodes for each one. Y'all to hear me now and let me know which ones y'all want to see first. If I don't hear from y'all, I'm just going to pick the one I like best to start with and just keep going. It's not content I have to do. I feel compelled to do that. I really do. After seeing the popularity of Kevin Samuels, having lived through the height of Steve Harvey when he was in his, you know, the think like a man phase, because he still does that, but you know, he's doing so many other things. Like I remember when that was what people knew him. That's what made him a household name. People were all up on that. And I see the impact. I see how it goes in eras, right? And you know, I think I got something. I want to throw my hat into the arena, so to speak, but not to battle with other folks who have their platforms established. Like I said, I give full credit. I have my flowers are given right here, right now to Steve Harvey. My flowers are given to Kevin Samuels. You know what I'm saying? And when I say that, the phrase, you know, give people their flowers before they're dead, I'm saying I'm giving you your props and saying you influenced me. You know, whether I like everything you said or how you said it, you've influenced me, you've impressed me, you've inspired me. But you've also said some things and done some things here and that I find controversial, that I didn't find as beneficial to the people I am most concerned about. And that means all the people, no matter what ethnicity, no matter what race. By the way, on this channel, race is a construct. We don't talk, if we do mention it, we don't mention it seriously like it actually exists. We mention it in the context of how it exists in society and how it is used to keep people opposed or linked together for whatever reasons, you know, financially, politically, etc., etc., etc. Right. Yeah. Yo, we get real over here. We get real. So anyway, let's get into some of these topics. I just want to make sure I give props to where props are due. Like I said, these folks did influence me to even say, okay, I've heard all y'all got to say, and instead of being frustrated about the parts I didn't like, I always tell this to anybody about when I'm talking. I say, if you don't like something I said, this is why I say be respectful in the comments, or if you have an opinion that is different, just be respectful about how you deliver it, because at the end of the day, if you really care about it, take the time to do what we're doing. And I say we, meaning everybody who's already got the money and the prestige and power of a Steve Harvey or Kevin Samuels. Do what they're doing. Take the time to do what I'm doing right now. Take the stress, take the heat, take the everything it takes to make it, put it out there, and have people react to what you got to say and do. That's when I'll respect you. Other than that, it's just yap, right? You know what I mean? All we want to see is numbers of positivity, and everything else really is kind of irrelevant, because it's not good. Like I say, you got a chance to do it. We all can push these buttons. We all can. If you're looking at me on the phone or on your TV, you obviously have access to a smartphone. You have access to technology. You can take time and make a channel on YouTube. You can get yourself out there. You can let the world know what you think. Everybody else is doing it. Why not? Go for it, right? And we all influence each other, whether we like what each other have to say or not. That's why we get inspired to do what we're doing. Think about that. So here we go with these topics, right? 2 artists is a struggling couple unless one has already made it to the bag. Now I'll be using a lot of hip hop slang. I'll be using a lot of popular art slang from comic books, movies, and many other just genres, things that apply to what Honest Con has always been and will always be. We speak that language over here, all right? And I will try to explain stuff that I know might not be as universal, because I have a very worldly audience, and I'm so happy to have y'all. Shout out to all my people all over the world that I know are looking from everywhere, from, of course, the United States to Mexico to Brazil to Colombia to, I think we got some Peruvian. We definitely have many parts of Africa. The continent is represented fully, from Nigeria to South Africa to Senegal. What's up? To who else I always see when I go and look at the numbers. Oh my gosh, so many places. But really, I did just not name the top ones out of the 54 countries of Africa. You definitely got, you know, Nigeria, Senegal, South Africa in the house big time. So shout out big time. India, what's up, India? Y'all represent. Malaysia, what's up? Indonesia, what's up? Who else is on the list? Australia, I think I've seen sometimes. What's up? Many parts of Europe. Off the top of my head, I know the UK is representing strong. Germany, France. Hey, just want to shout y'all out real quick. I'm going to continue with my list. There it is. If I didn't mention your country, trust me, it's all love. I don't care where you are in the world. If you repping Honest Con, what's up? All right? Okay. So 2 artists is a struggling couple unless one has already made it to the bag. What do I mean by that? From living experience. And I can only break it down off of what I've experienced, friends have experienced, other artist friends in my life and what they're going through, have went through, etc. When artists come together, no matter what their discipline, whatever type of art they do, well, I can't say no matter what, because some arts make more money and are accepted more into the society to be of beneficial value. Therefore, people can make a decent amount of living income, have proper benefits, everything. And it's one of the reasons why I'm glad I love my journey into being an actor, because it was always something I fantasized about. I never thought I would be doing it till the business came to Atlanta, and I said, oh gosh, I don't have to move to LA to do this. Dive, I'm in. Let's go. I'm swimming. Let's go. Right? And it's still a struggle. It's still everything you ever hear about how tough it is, competitive it is, hard it is in Atlanta. Because even though a lot of everything shoots here, and we the new Hollywood of the South, I always say, this is my phrase. If you ever hear anybody else say it, y'all bit that from Joseph R. Wheeler III. I say the bees may be here in Atlanta, but the hive is still in LA. And then the other one in New York, but really LA. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. It is what it is, y'all, I promise you. So anyway, so that's why it's so powerful to have your own independent stuff growing. I'm not gonna get too far off on that business track. I just wanna shout out all my entrepreneurs that are opening up studios, doing their thing, whether it's small, just, one warehouse right now that turns into a whole lot later. I love it. Shout out to Tyler Perry Studios. Shout out to a sister I know who's doing her thing over in Fayetteville. I forget the lady's name. We posted on our content on our Instagram. You should be following @HonestCon. It's a lot of stuff going on. The ATL is always bubbling. Okay, let's get on with this list. So I'm saying, to make that point clear, it's a struggle for 2 artists a lot of times, no matter what the discipline. But let's just say you had an actor and someone who's a visual artist. I do both, but let's say one is focused, like that's all one or the other does. One is the actor and one is the visual artist. And then when I say visual artist, I'm gonna give it even more specific. I'm gonna say they are a traditional media painter. I mean, they still paint with paint. They don't do anything on the computer. They have a computer. They can send emails. They can do that or whatever. But they paint. They paint hard, which is part of my life. I used to do this, right? And they're trying to they've broken into the visual art world. They've politicked the ins and outs of doing major shows, galleries, trying to get into museums, trying to be officially have their art picked up by a museum in the permanent collection, having regular shows and things. Extremely hard. Then you got, say, the actor, right? If the actor starts booking a lot of commercials, they might be able to pay the rent or the mortgage. Otherwise, the 2 of them with just the painter's expectations, unless that painter is super hot and is mingled with all the right people, and we can get to a long, then I'd end up in the actual episode talking about the ins and outs of that. I'm gonna probably need some of my friends, get some of my artist friends, and really make that a panel. I want a lot of these to be panels, not just me expressing myself, what I think. I want to hear other people's opinions on it too, who've lived it, right? Let me know if you think so. All right, another one. These are all titles, some of them long as hell. I'm just having my fun, like I say, brainstorming. So I said, yes, we have to grow up. We all have to grow up. But if she can have her red bottoms and Birkin bags, damn it, I can have a PS5 and collect toys and statues and comic books and all kind of, and movies that are sci-fi, fantasy, and thriller and horror and stuff. Okay? Some of y'all feel me this. Some of y'all feel me on this, right? Some of y'all understand. Yes, and I said that on purpose. Sometimes I flip my words like that. I start talking almost like I'm from the Caribbean. And I know they may not say that, but I know they'll push the words together like that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all feel me this. You know what I'm saying? Some of you feel me this. All right? Ooh, oh my gosh, yes, that's going to be a good one. I think it pretty much, I don't have to explain that one. There are women who are out here spending all kind of insane money they could buy another house if they have a house. Okay, or if you got a couple that ain't even living in a house yet, can have a house, but you don't spend it all on purses and shoes and stuff. And most of it on a credit card, probably in debt. Okay, but we'll tell a dude he need to grow up. That you grown, being a living version of Barbie. Okay, you living your Barbie fantasies, but he can't live his collecting, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Star Wars. That's my generation especially. You feel me? and everything else that I love, new or old, and coming, right? Now, mind you, I'm very responsible. When we get into this topic, I'm gonna be talking about how I got to a point in my life where I had to stop collecting because I knew, man, I can't eat this plastic. I can't eat this die-cast metal. You know what I'm saying? I buy little inexpensive things every now and then, stuff on sale. And when I say every now and then, it's one I can count them in a year. But on one hand, my little purchases, but the most I really do is still collect comics. And most of the time, I don't even have time to read them. Or if I'm not impressed with the story, I buy them just to see the art on the inside. I love the covers. You know what I mean? So it's a reality, y'all. It's a reality. I mean, just right here next to me. I'm just reaching just to make my point. Got stacks of comics that I keep ready to read at any time. And I admit, some of them I've read a little bit, and then I think I read all of this new issue of Black Panther. It's pretty dope, by the way, if you didn't know. The new series is out. Been out for a minute. Hardware, the return of Milestone Comics, you know what I'm saying? Little shout out, little traditional Honest Con flavor up in here. Deathstroke, just a dope character that I've always liked, so had to buy that when I saw the art. Thought it was really cool. Shout out to the indie folks I represent and rock with, you know what I'm saying? Tuskegee Airs, my people's over there, you know what I'm saying? Greg and Marcus, you know what I'm saying? Greg Burnham, Marcus the Visual, all our Honest Con familia, whoever you are, wherever you may be. You know what I'm saying? Chris Miller, you know what I'm saying? I can go on and on and on. Mace, what's up? M-A-S-E, James Mason. I can go on and on. But anyway, so, Honest Con familia. What's up? Welcome to the family. So here we go. Another topic. The look. Cut your hair and wear a suit. That one's going to be all about a personal journey I took on going from a guy who had, back in the day in the 90s, had the big fro, had my braids. I love braids. I wear the fro out sometimes, but I love wearing my braids, my plaits. I had my cornrows, I had my plaits, every patterns. I'm talking about full head, y'all. Yeah, it wasn't always the baldy. You know what I'm saying? That grows stubble overnight and looks grayish on camera. And I had to keep shining this dome, but it's cool because I know I look good. So thank you, ladies. I see y'all out there. Like, yeah. Thank you. Here, come on. Yeah, there you go. You can get the virtual pinch on them cheeks if you like it. And I think somebody told me I had dimples, and I just say, okay, well, I keep smiling. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate y'all. Word. Okay. So we're gonna talk about that. I got a personal experience with folks making you feel like you gotta change your look and you're an artist, and part of your look is your creative expression. I lived that phase, and I still live it, but I lived it outright in a way that is usually, it was my younger days, if you will. It was started in high school and the end of high school, and went through college and most of my 20s and 30s, and yeah, I think around mid 30s is when I was starting to debate, okay, is it time to go on back to the little basic fade, the little cookie cutter look for most black men, being professional and more conservative. And I ain't talking politically when I say conservative. I'm just talking about a very basic, everybody likes it look. No one's, the black folk like it, the older elders like it, the ladies like it, it's just universal, they like it. And I got many a story to talk about that and perspectives on how it works in Hollywood. Oh yeah, we can go on and on. And we're gonna talk about how it affects relationships too. And we're gonna get into that one. That's gonna be a good one. Like I said, I come from the heart, yo. These are all literally based on personal experiences that I know can help somebody in the future and can lead to all kind of new content. Steve Harvey made Think Like a Man. I'm gonna make something one day. We're gonna make that movie. We're gonna have to make this movie. You talking about a movie? Oh my gosh! Based on my experience, ooh, what a journey! Exciting. Okay, here we go. Artists are not religious, so equally yoked. I ain't even say it. I don't want to put too much cussing up in this video, but I think y'all felt me if you know what I was saying. Equally yoked. That's for all you super Christians out there. No disrespect to my Christians. I love y'all. That's family. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the Bible Belt. I'm from here. I've been through I made a personal decision to not be religious, but I definitely respect those who are the real ones. That's what I always say about religion. People who are really, truly devout and respectful, that there's a whole world with other perspectives and yours is not the only one. And they just love whatever works for them about the systems that they chose to praise. We on the same page. We cool. we cool. But folks who push dogma, force it, you know, come in with their swords and riding their horses and say that they are crusaders, you know, and force people into, you know, destroying their cultures and assimilating it. You know, we got issues with that, and it affects relationships. So we're gonna talk about all of that in that one. Oh, you see, I told you about it. We ain't playing. Some of y'all ain't comfortable right now because, you know, y'all might be of that mentality. So you like, man, I ain't know you. What are you talking about now? And then it's okay. It's okay. If you want to stick around, like I say, controversy breeds an audience. That's for sure. We know this, but it's gonna be intelligent conversation. You can best believe that. We're not gonna half-ass it, y'all. We're gonna come correct. You know, and we may not hit every note you expect us to hit, but we're gonna be playing the hell out the mental piano, beating that drum. And I'm a drummer, baby. I'm a percussionist. Blah, blah. We gonna get it. You hear me? All right. Here's another one. She wants to domesticate a wild artist. You see how some of these interrelate? Some of these interrelate totally. What I mean by that, and this can apply to a guy going through that with a woman too. You know, a guy going through that with a woman going through that with a man. You know, she's an artist, she got her funky look, and she gets with a real corporate dude, the Ken doll dude with that haircut I just described, which, you know, I played the Ken doll look, but I ain't the Ken doll mentality. You understand? I'm an artiste. I am the wild animal. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. In tune with the rest of nature and all of my temples. No matter how you see the smoothness, don't let the smooth taste fool you. The woods is rough, but I'm just a beautiful animal. Aren't we all? Yes, humans are animals. Oh yeah, the flora and the fauna. We're gonna get into it, y'all. She wants to domesticate the wild in you, but she still likes when you're wild. Oh, y'all ain't ready for me, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Stay with me. Here we go, another one. Go get a real job. Oh man, I don't even like reading the title. Oh my gosh. A real job. We got the realest job on the planet. We are the creators. We are the influencers. We are the ones who give you your inspiration to do anything. Scientists don't even get inspired at a young age to be scientists if they didn't look at a comic book with a mad scientist or a movie or something that looked cool and say, what is that guy, that woman doing? I want to do that. That looks interesting and it's fantastic and magical. And then they get into the real job. It's a little more boring. It ain't quite like that. I mean, how many folk became archaeologists because of Indiana Jones? And that's a whole other controversial conversation about the character, but we're just going to say that to make the point. You feel what I'm saying? It's art, y'all. Artists make it. After survival, there's inspiration. After you're surviving, there's inspiration. The sciences and the arts work together. The right and the left work together. But that creative, if you let it go dead, you are dead. You don't even know it. You're just a zombie. We're going to talk about all of it. So don't say to an artist, go get a real job. We the realist. And our work is everything. Helping all of the rest breathe and exist. And you're creative too. You just fighting it. We're scientific too. Artists are scientific. We have to be. We have to understand how science works into what we do, even if we don't label it that. Yeah, we got to understand the chemicals of everything, of all our materials, of what makes this paper paper. What makes hot press paper hot press? What makes it cold press? Why is it I can't mix certain media and get the result I want? We have to be scientists. We straight up alchemist scientists. I can go on and on. More topics. Here we go. That's going to be a good one. That's going to be a real good one. Is she too young and is he too old? And we can flip that. You know, if I get a special guest, a lady to speak from that perspective, is she too old and is he too young? Artists dating outside of their age generation. I'll just say outside of their generation. And the beauty of that, the curse of that, the societal judgment of that, the societal acceptance of that in various societies will primarily be coming from the American experience. But we're going to get international. Like I told you, Honest Con is worldwide, baby. Worldwide. We about to go in, y'all. We about to go in. Do you hear some of these topics? Let me run them back to you again for some of y'all. just to make sure you understand the impact. Two artists is a struggling couple unless one of them is already in the bag, has made the bag. I could also call that one an artist and a scientist make a happy home. And by that, it doesn't have to be a scientist, but an analytical. An artist and an analytical make a happy, like somebody's right brain and somebody's left brain together, them two opposites attract, and they like, oh, ooh, oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But it doesn't have to be that way. It can be two artists, but somebody got to be in the bag. And one of them artists got to be more analytical than the other. We got a lot of, these are formulas. We're going to just try them and test them. We're going to try them and test them. We're going to test them with other folks and see what we come up with, y'all. We're going to see if y'all feeling me, right? So, equally yoked. I can't wait for that one. That's going to probably make me viral right there. That one right there is going to make us viral. That and anything that relates to the sensual aspects here. I already know. It's going to do it. It does what it does, right? Okay, okay. Is she too young? Is he too old? Generational dating amongst creatives. Or dating a creative. I'm even getting to that. Like, you're not creative, but you want to date a creative. Your artist fantasy. And how to date an artist. How to realistically be with an artist and stay with an artist if you want to be with an artist. Somebody is slapping the table, yelling, screaming, saying, yes, do it, I want to see it. I already see it. Because I done had these conversations with folk who lived this, who lived it, y'all. Who lived it, you know. The woman with the better job, the corporate job, the struggling artist, she basically taking care of him. Is he a baby boy? Is he a boy? Does he have the potential to ever be a real man and still be this artist he is destined to be? Sowing your artistic oats. How much time can you spend versus love making and building to be successful in the art life? I'm gonna have to play with that title until I get it just right, but I don't have to explain that one. I think that made real clear sense. There's a lot of stuff to be talked about there. Top earning men. Now I'm using one of KS's phrases. I'm using the famous Kevin Samuel phrase. I don't mind it. Like I said, I'm acknowledge the folks who've inspired. He's literally created definitions that were already in existence, but he made them popular. He made them hashtags, so to speak, right? So I acknowledge that. I see that. Top earning men in the arts versus top earning corpos. Now I'm using slang from the video game / before it was a video game, the legendary tabletop game Cyberpunk 2077, which we've done some content on, by the way. Very popular, controversial, glitchy, but crazy, but still fun. I love it. I still play it. Game. Available on console or PC, you name it. Created by Michael Pondsmith, a black man who is literally a genius for what he created. It's amazing. I love that whole universe. I think it's amazing. So I use the phrase. They say corpos for people in the corporate world in the game. So that's my little play on that. Top earning corpos versus top earning men in the arts. Because artists often appear to be, y'all supposed to be struggling, which we can be. It's a struggle, all right? But if you look at top earning artists, your Tyler Perry's, that's an artist. Oh, don't get it twisted. That's an artist. Corpo can't claim that. See, the problem is y'all see money and y'all just say, oh, it's automatically corpo because you got to have corporate structure to make it work. Yeah, it's the art that started the damn thing. It's the art that's the gas, baby. It's the heartbeat. Tyler Perry Studios was started by an artist. That's an artist. You're going to give respect to art. You're going to respect this brain here. Both sides of it. Yeah, that's what okay. Anyway, y'all feel me. Some of y'all do. Rest of y'all going to catch up. We're going to give you a way to catch up. Welcome to Artist Con, right? Okay. Whew. Okay, I got two more. True friends with benefits. How dating an artist is better than dating any boys, ladies. We're going to teach you how a real man get down. I said a real. Because some of y'all are dealt with them F-boy artists, you know what I mean? They definitely out there. Plenty of them. You know what I mean? Yeah, all right. When you should settle down and have them babies. in the art life. I added that for, you know, the parents to put the pressure on the folk. You know, it's like, we gonna have some baby, we gonna have some baby, we ain't gonna get married, we gonna get married. We're gonna talk about all of that for artists. What that means to artists. Whether we should stay single if that fits you. And it not be something to be downed and looked upon as blasphemy. Okay? Man or woman. All right? Okay. We're gonna get into it, y'all. Okay. So those are some of my topics. I think that's enough. Boy, I got a lot to do, right? A lot to do right there. A lot to do. Hope you enjoyed that. Stay tuned. Let me know in the comments what you're feeling. We're going to get to work for y'all because like I say, the work has been done. We just want to share it. All right? Peace and blessings. Hope y'all are already excited. I sure am. Honest Con. Let's go.